processing a raw file. Here we have Photoshop, and what I'm going to do is open a file, and here we see a photograph of a stewardess on a boat, and quite dark, quite hooded eyes because there's a skylight up here, and quite over exposed in the windows. So what can we do? First of all, let's look at the colour balance, and as a shot, it offers me an auto version which is not too different. Daylight warms it up a little bit. Fluorescent changes tone, so you can choose which. Let's take it as shot. Now exposure. You can see it's in it as default as taken, but it auto, it changes it a little bit, perhaps not a lot though, so we'll go back to default, and we can alter the exposure, brighten it up. You see how the highlights are brightening up as well, so we want to keep some detail still in that shirt. If I bring it up too much to bring the face up, we're losing it, so you could leave it like that, which has got some nice detail in the shirt. Then I can go to fill light here, and bringing this up, we start to see the face appear much more, and the eyes are brightening up. Some highlights, but a lot better. Now I could play with the brightness here as well, and the contrast to give it, but I'm keeping that fairly on. The clarity I can. So we have some improvement. Now we can go into detail in a bit by pressing this button, which is the tone curve. We can see that the highlights, in fact, I can now reduce down a little. I'm particularly looking at the nose. Look at the nose, and the highlight on the nose is coming down. If I look at the lights control, just bring it up a little bit, balancing the highlights. The darks aren't particularly dark. I think the darks are giving us some character in the shot, so I won't alter that too much. And the shadows, particularly looking at the eyes and wanting to stop the hooded effect, but I don't want to flatten the image out, so I'm reasonably happy with that. Just a little tweak, perhaps just a little bit on that. The next is in detail is sharpening, and a lot of people put it right up to 100, and you can go even more, but I'm just going to add a little bit here, perhaps up to 50, because I think it's already a noisy image from the ISO, so I don't add too much more. And our image is beginning to look useful now. Lens corrections enables me to just correct to the lens used, and I also tick remove chromatic aberration because I want to stop any fringing. So we're ready to open the image up, and we are open now in Photoshop, and it's looking a lot better than it did to start with. But first of all, over see here is the layer. I'm going to take that layer and duplicate it. So this is now my base layer that I won't touch. Everything else now I will add layers for working layers. So the first thing to do perhaps is to check the levels on that layer. I often use a keyboard to do this, but let's show you can do it on here. Image, levels, and this comes up. This is a great feature on whether you're using raw or not raw. It just brings brightness and evens out the tones to most of your images. So I first of all start off just by pressing auto to see if anything's going to happen. Not a lot because of all the tweaking we've been doing in raw, but you can just brighten it, or some people would like that, but it's a bit pasty for me, and I like a bit more depth. In fact, I'm going to cancel that because it's not adding a lot to my image, I don't think.